I think if you were to look at my resume in total you would see a lot of things that are kind of all over the map. It's great to be in a film that's able to have people really want to become socially conscious, to walk out of the theater and want to do something. I want to see somebody go to jail over the financial crisis and not just black, brown and poor whites over humbles and minor drug beefs. When I read the script, being able to do something that's just pure fantasy but it's still about family, still about individualism, still about identity, and if you wanted to a deep dive on it you could talk about artificial intelligence and social media in some ways. I used to record but just in my own studio or in my friend's back when I toyed with the idea of being a rapper. I still direct TV and commercials, but I think the best directors that deal with this genre really rely on their special effects team for a reason. I've been doing this since I was 10 years old, inhabiting different people and playing different roles. It's the sense of touch. In any real city, you walk, you brush past people, people bump into you. In LA, nobody touches you. We're always behind this metal and glass. I think we miss that touch so much, that we crash into each other, just so we can feel something. We're trying to do what Miles Davis would have wanted us to do, which is approach it as artists with his life as the canvas. You have to connect to the other people that you're with in the movie, and like any human on the planet, you have goals and desires, and how you wish to accomplish those and never stray from them. It's much easier to cry or be angry, but to really laugh and genuinely be buoyant and laugh. That's hard if you don't really feel that way. I think the only thing that helps you with poker is being able to play poker. It's not just rolling the dice and praying. I think we should all be more concerned about the environment and the effects of global warming. It will be pointless to talk about all the issues that divide us when it's 300 degrees outside. Now is a good time, 10 years ago would have been a good time, and 10 years from now it will still be a good time to see a dynamic, entertaining movie that's wall-to-wall Miles Davis where the music will hopefully spark some desire to know more about the man. Many of my friends and family are scratching it out somewhere decidedly south of the ever-widening gap between the haves and have-nots, looking at losing their homes, colleges they can't afford and healthcare they can't avail themselves of. I was about to write that in the future I would choose my words more carefully but I'm sure I won't. I hate it when, by page 30, I know what the lead's going to do and then what the bad guy's gonna do. Mostly it's just scripts by the numbers where nothing's surprising, nothing's interesting. I want to be a part of great things. People have always been obsessed by celebrities. There are just more outlets and opportunities to make a living exploiting that obsession nowadays. I prefer film to TV because of the amount of time film affords you that TV doesn't, though theater is probably my favorite and the scariest place of all. I also believe that you are what you have to defend, and if you're a black man that's always going to be the bar against which you are judged, whether you want to align yourself with those themes or not. You can think of yourself as a colorless person, but nobody else is gonna. President Obama inherited a broken country mired in 2 wars, a financial crisis, a mortgage mess and more than we all probably even know about and has, in my opinion, brought us back from the brink. But I still see my friends in no better shape and the gap widening. But most scripts are terrible. Most projects are bad, that's just kind of the way it is. And I'm not really attracted to those. We just wanted it to be something that when you walked out of the theater you said, I just got out of a dope-ass ride and I want to listen to all that music and I want to go to the record store right now. That is what we wanted people to feel. The most important thing you can do is articulate your vision and cast that group well so you have people that realize what you're trying to accomplish. I think if you are endgaming it and trying to think about creating some performance that fits someone else's idea of what that person's supposed to be, then you're done. So, with my film, Miles Ahead, we were looking to craft something that felt simply like composition. I don't like movies that are trying to preach and trying to tell you how to feel. I understand what's it like to work all week and on Friday night just want to go and leave your brain at the door, buy some popcorn, and be thrilled by something. I've never been a part of a film before that offers such a platform into real issues, that raises social awareness and has the potential to change things. I imagine it was much different in the 1970s. That was the renaissance for black actors, albeit in blaxploitation movies. There was a much greater preponderance of work then than there is now. I don't get too bent out of shape by what people say on Twitter. If you're going to get bent out of shape then don't play. Don't play. I started following the news and seeing what was happening around the world with the polar ice caps melting and temperatures breaking records. I became concerned as an animal on this planet but also as a father. I actually never saw the original Space Jam, to be honest. I was a huge fan of Michael Jordan. I think it's a trap to tell yourself that there is something that you have to achieve that is out there, that is outside of telling the story. As long as you just focus on having high stakes for what it is that your character wants, and let all the other stuff be what someone else puts on it, I think you have a shot of doing it well. Is there a way to discuss climate change without politics or religion getting in the way? I think it's intoxicating when somebody is so unapologetically who they are. We're really trying to give people the ability to go into a darkened room and have a couple hours of just pure enjoyment. At the end of the day, you're still trying to distill it down to making moments that feel real. So often when black men have to play roles on TV, we're either the noble savage or we're completely a savage, and there's no nuance. We're always trailing, as far as the amount of roles that are written for us and the films that are being made that have black characters in them. I don't know if that's going to change.